going on, guys? Beyond here again, Goosebumps #1 Aussie fan, bringing you another video. Now, lately, well, I wouldn't say lately, but pretty much since I started doing my videos, I had a few of you asking me a really, interesting question. And it's been a long time coming to do this video, that is for sure. What would a Goosebumps movie, TV show, or just the books, the stories, in general, be like if it was for adults? So like MMA, sort of 15 plus, to R18 sort of range. What would it be like if it was for adults? Well, I can already tell you guys that some certain episodes are definitely for adults, okay? If you go to any store in Australia and buy the box set of Goosebumps, it is rated M, okay? We have this big store in Australia called JB Hi-Fi, which is like this big electronic entertainment store. And yeah, they have the box sets there, they have the individual DVDs, and the box set for Goosebumps is rated M15+. And it's still in the kids section, that's the interesting thing. So yeah, you go to the kids section, and they have like all these PG rated movies and TV series, and then they have Goosebumps. M15+. Now the movie was obviously PG, but yeah guys, the TV series, it's only because certain episodes are considered to be more for adults. And yeah, basically, if you buy the individual seasons, just like season 1, 2, 3, and 4, season 1 and 2 are both M15+, okay? Season 3 and 4 are both PG. And that's because the first few seasons of Goosebumps sort of started off, like, there's just comments. I think it's more about not so much the scenery and that. I mean, there is creepy moments, don't get me wrong, but I think it's more along the lines of some of the comments that are said, some of the things that get, talked about. I mean, for instance, there's that one moment in Night of the Living Dummy 2 where Slappy says to Amy, "I can hurt you and your family in 100 different ways."
Whoa! Amy, I can hurt you and your family in 100 ways.
No, I won't let you!
So, alrighty, 100 different ways. What do you mean by that, Slappy? That's a bit much, He can literally hurt her and her family in 100 different ways. Like, use your imagination. 100 different ways he can hurt them. That comment is a little bit far-fetched, okay? That one comment that Slappy says. I mean, there is those moments where he, has the guitar and he's gonna, whack the parents with it, but it's more about what, obviously words can hurt, more than actually being, sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never hurt me. But the truth is, words can hurt. And they can have an influence on things, people can get really hurt by things you say. And that's one of those moments in the TV series where, something that Slappy says is a bit full on. That's a bit much. But if we're going based on what an M15+ MA, well actually no, MA rated to R18+ version of that would be something more like, "I can kill you and your family in 100 different ways." He would say something more like, "I can kill," or "I can kill you and your family in 100 different ways," while holding a knife in his hand. But yeah guys, a Goosebumps movie series that's rated MA to R18, you could only imagine. It's Goosebumps. Taking that and putting it into an MA situation, it would be so brutal, it would be so gruesome, it would be just a lot of killing, a lot of murdering in really messed up ways, okay? For instance, Saber in Welcome to Camp Nightmare would literally tear a bunch of those kids to shreds, okay? He would literally rip them apart. Cuddles would actually pick up a kid and eat him, crush his bones, and blood and gore would pour out, okay? Slappy would literally go around hacking people, stabbing them, killing them if they decide to not actually be his slaves, because they would probably use that, obviously. He would say, you're going to be my slave, blah blah blah, but if they decide not to be his slave, he's going to go around killing them and hacking them up and tying them up and doing things, and yeah, a bit full, messed up sort of, scenario there. The haunted mask would be taken over completely, and then would go around kind of like in Halloween and start stabbing people, like Michael Myers. Just imagine, guys, how this would play out, okay? Take the scenarios of the Goosebumps books, put them in an MA15 situation, and use your imagination, okay? Because I've just come up with a bunch then, and yeah, I can only imagine what it would be like if it was MA15+, okay? I mean, the ghouls would go around and literally actually eat the kids like zombies, you know, and you would see their guts and brains, and, you know, you'd see everything. It would be very full on, that's all I can say, okay? And in Horrorland, you know, use your imagination for Horrorland, okay? Use it, because it would be probably one of the most messed up of all the stories of Goosebumps, okay? There would be a lot of brutality in that. It would be a full-on, just, that would be the R18 one, would be Horrorland for sure, okay? But just one thing to end this video, guys. Now, as you know, I have those ring binders by J&H Toys because we have all the different Goosebump companies that, you know, produce the merchandise. The very common ones are Happiness Express, okay? Canadian Games or Canada Games. And you've also got Ha Ha Ha, which is like Hawaii Limited or something. And then you have J&H Toys, which was an Australian company. They produced a lot of Goosebumps stationery stuff. But if you try to find it now, it is almost impossible to find anything. I mean, I've been lucky over the years because I live in Australia, so eventually I've come across things by J&H Toys. But obviously you guys know the ring binder of Night of the Living Dummy was a mission to find, because I had the Ghost Beach one, but I now have Ghost Beach, Night of the Living Dummy, and the Cuckoo Clock of Doom. I have 3 different ones. Well, until today, I now have 4 different ring binders by J&H Toys. I of course have other things, you know, like stickers and like exercise books and little other stationery things like scissors and pencils. But guys, I now have a ring binder of How I Got My Shrunken Head. These things are so hard to come by. You just can't get them. If you look this up online, you will not find it, okay? Guarantee it. Look up online right now. Goosebumps How I Got My Shrunken Head ring binder. Goosebumps Ghost Beach ring binder. Goosebumps Night of the Living Dummy ring binder. You will not even find an image on Google. These things are like impossible to find. And I have advertisements promoting this stuff. I have original advertisements that my sister had when she was young in like Barbie magazines. And it says you can find this stuff at Kmart and Target Australia-wide. All this stuff by J&H and other things they brought from, like, you know, Hawaii, you know, Ha 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 and Happiness Express, because we got all that stuff as well, like sent over, and you could buy all that stuff as well, the toys and figures. But J&H Toys merchandise, because it was only in Australia and it's a much smaller country compared to America and Canada and all you guys that live abroad, UK, because it's such a small country compared to it, you know, they didn't make as much. You know, America was making merch for the whole world. You know, they were making stuff, you know, by Happiness Express for Australia, because we got all that stuff. So you imagine, just within Australia, this stuff is limited. So rare. But not only did I get this, because as you guys know, there's that antique collectible store. They will call me when something comes in. And yeah, this is the newest edition, what came in. But not only that, guys, it is full of those trading cards, and there is a full set of the Series 1s, you know, by Topps, of trading cards. But not only that, we've also got the Smith chip cards. So there's a whole set of those in there as well. So yeah, I was very lucky when this came in, because someone obviously had the, you know, the folder, and they were also collecting, you know, all the cards and putting them inside. So yeah, guys, just thought to end this video on like a happier sort of a note. Yeah, we got this. So it is pretty awesome. I now have 4 different ring binders from J&H Toys. I don't know if there's another one. I remember a while ago I went to an op shop, and I was talking to one of the guys there. He looked about 25, 26, and he said he had a Horrorland one of that J&H Toys ring binder. So the search continues, I think. I don't know if he was just saying it because it's his favorite book, but yeah, he believes there was also a Horrorland ring binder by J&H, but who knows? If I come across it one day, I will of course do a video on it. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you again soon.